Testing 1, 2. Hello, welcome everyone to another edition of excuse me, G.T.E Pro Network Podcast. Hello, I'm your host Ed Peterson, and today we're going to talk about something real quick and brief. Today, basically, we're talking about maximizing your online presence with your website and how to prepare your website. Um, Global Touch Enterprise is the name of my company, and I do web design and marketing and the marketplace, and been doing this since 2008, and had a good time to help a lot of startups and entrepreneurs, churches, nonprofit organizations, and local businesses across the country to build and grow their network in the area where they do business. And so this is one of the great opportunities that I'm really excited about, that I get a chance to teach and share information that's going to help them grow and build a legacy for themselves. And when you look at that today, we talk about a lot of opportunities out here that you can be a participant in, and making sure that everybody understands exactly what it is you do, and what is the purpose of you doing what you're doing, and then making sure that you have everything that you need to grow your network, your business, your brand, and making sure that you have all the necessary tools in place to build with, becoming a wise master builder, so that way you can continue to grow and help others in the process in your community where you are. And so this is a great opportunity for you to really maximize the moment. And as we close out 2024, we are now in the ninth month of the year, September, and we have to make sure that we are tuning in as we look at for the next 90 days. Now, I do a 90-day run on a regular basis because it gives me an opportunity to really look at what's relevant in the marketplace, and also to kind of just keep my ear to the ground, and to what's going on in the marketplace, and making sure that the customers, the consumers, are also sharing their thoughts and insights to things that they want to see in the marketplace. Again, we have to pay attention to what's relevant and what the average consumer is going to be looking at and looking for. So if you're a business that has products, or you're a service business, or you have both, then you want to make sure you tune in to what's relevant with your consumers, your customers. Are you getting feedback from them? Are you regularly putting on your website updates and educational information that's going to help them help you? And so you want to look at all of these bases when it comes to that. And the importance of a future ready website. I say this all the time because I share this with a lot of my clients and customers and a lot of entrepreneurs across the country. When they talk about web design and websites now, it's changed, and it's getting more and more advanced. And as we get ready for decentralizing everything now, it seems like that's the way to go. Everybody's in tune to that. Most of everybody's in tune to that. But most importantly, your website has to represent who you are. It has to be an extension of yourself and what you're doing in the marketplace, and reaching your customers, getting feedback, sharing information and ideas, making it more personable for people to go on your website, look at what you do, and grow it. And then be on the different platforms on social media, doing the search engines, SEOs or AdWords and keywords, to basically be pulled up on the listings, events that you may host. And then understanding the 5 Ps of marketing. If you guys get this, ladies and gentlemen, you will be successful. It's all about the people, the product, the price, the place, and the promotion. And the more you stay focused there, the stronger you get, the better you are. And you get a chance to look at where people are looking to grow and to help you grow on a regular, consistent basis. And so we look at tips and we look at tools on a regular basis. Well, Ed, what do I do to basically get my business off the ground? I'm a new startup. I don't have a lot of capital, but I want to grow like everybody else. And today, everybody thinks you have to have all this massive money or income or capital to really grow a business. Well, if you look at today, there's been tests and it's been proven, if you study, if you understand your industry, what industry you're desired to be in or you're working to go towards, then you want to understand that industry. You want to learn that industry. You want to learn what makes it tick, what's different, and what your competitors are doing or not doing. And once you understand the flow of a thing, then it's easy for you to participate in it. But if you don't understand it, then it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. And sometimes we don't get a chance to read, to study, to show ourselves to be approved, to make sure that we understand what the consumer is looking for, what they want. As a consumer yourself, you know what you like, you know what you don't like. You don't want the pushy people, the people that's more aggressive and you buying something that you don't want or need. And so you want to kind of get to the point of the matter. And that's basically satisfying what I want to get done and what I want to have today. So basically, this is going to be a good tip for you all to really grasp hold and make sure that you get this down and write it down, please. Tip number one, ensuring mobile first design and mobile friendly websites because everybody uses their cell phones more than anything today, as you know. So if your website is not mobile friendly, then you're missing the point. By now, you should have that because it's automatically built in most of these sites that you see today. They are mobile friendly. If you have a brick and mortar location and you don't have a website, you can get on. That's going to help you reach more people across the country. Now, the part about it, though, everybody talks about shipping costs or shipping or how that work that or doing fulfillments, things of that nature. It's a big headache, right? Well, not necessarily. It depends on what system you have in place. Remember, systems save yourself time, energy, and money. And the more you stay focused on the system that you create and put in place, the easier it is for you to navigate through things. And I come from manufacturing, working from Zenith Electronics, Motorola, and Hewlett Packard. So up north in Chicago, where I'm from originally. But being down here in Houston, Texas, I got a chance to work with a lot of different businesses across Texas and basically to see exactly what makes them tick. Even back home in Chicago, where I'm from, same principle rule apply. And no matter where I'm at across the country, working with different businesses across the country, and I'm in 8 states right now currently, I want to make sure that we get the information that's necessary for growth. Putting out there something that's going to be relevant, sustaining, and also duplicatable. That is going to be your key. It has to be duplicatable, meaning that I use my customers basically are my runners. I share with them, educate them, and get them the insight, and they refer people to me based on the work that I've completed for them, the marketing campaigns I put together, and then I'm educating them on how to grow their own business within the realms that they understand. And then what team of people do you have around you? You know, together, everyone achieves more, and you want a good team of people, more leaders in your group, that way can help you build you up and grow. Now, if you have that, then you're good. If you don't, then you're going to have to start building towards that. And so next step on the website, if you talk about growing and basically building and understanding the changes that has taken place in 2024 with web design, marketing, and all these different things, and then social media, and then you have these other platforms. Of course, everybody thinks that, well, I need somebody to help me do that. I can't do all this myself. I have to stay focused on the core business. Yes, you do. You need a team. Again, a team. Or you can outsource it to people, but these companies charge, some of them charge more than most in reference to those type of services. But if you can do all that in-house and you have a great team of people with you, then you can build it a lot faster that way. So you want to make sure that whatever your business name is that you came up with concept, you have a business plan, a marketing plan, an online plan, website plan, all these different details, social media, all of these different things that you're going to need to grow your network, to grow your business. You want to make sure you have all that in place. And you have to look at your map, your blueprint. What does your blueprint look like when it comes to your business? Have you created one? Do you know how to start that? And do you know where you want to go with your business? And what part, again, part of the key concept of it is what industry do you want to work in? What's relevant right now? And what industries are growing? what industries are not growing. So you want to look at all of these different factors today because, again, there's a lot of things that's changing. In 2024, as we go move into 2025, same principle rule will apply. So tip number 2, updating your SEO strategy, which is search engine optimizations. You want to make sure you have all of that listed based on the key principle of what your business is all about. Now, I build websites for roofing companies, cleaning companies, restaurants. I have chiropractors. I have a lot of different industries, right? Different companies in different industries that I build websites for, nonprofit organizations, churches. So everybody is looking at what is relevant today. Now, with nonprofit organizations and churches, we call that cause marketing. And so we would have to put together something that's going to be for cause within the community, to support in the community, of fundraising, of things that they need to donate, things that's going to be relevant to help the purpose of the cause that they're providing. And so we want to get that into play. So how do we do that? Well, we make sure that, one, we have the information posted out there, digital flyers, physicals as well. And then we also point them to the website where they can go online. And you have to guide your people, and you have to give them some direction as to what they want, what you want them to do when they go to your website. Giving direction is key. Education, of course, of why they're doing it is key. And so you want to have that. So when you're doing search engine optimizations, you're putting together different factors that's going to be core to your business and letting them know exactly what the purpose is. And if somebody go in there and search for a particular title, say, for instance, I need a cleaning company, and then, of course, your information will pop up. Now, Google is always good. You got Yahoo and Bing. And so, you want to kind of be on those search engine platforms where people can do that. So you can submit your website, your domain name for free onto those search engine platforms. And so when it comes to that, then you want to also look at AdWords and keywords that's going to be relevant to your company, your business, and what you want to do. And so once you get that information out there, then you got to keep flooding the gates with that. You got to keep being consistent. A lot of people may think that, what if I just buy for this and buy that? Well, you're talking about thousands of dollars to do that, number one, to get into the listings. And two, if you have people searching for you consistently, those web crawlers will continue to put you up the list. And basically, the more popular you get, when people are searching for the same thing and your domain name as well, then guess what? You're going to be on the list of where people can be, where you'll be seen and people can get to you. And that's what you want. You want people to come to you. And so when you look at all these opportunities that I'm talking about today, and reference in retrospect, you want to kind of keep things in as simple and as easy as pie. I like pie. So you want to keep it simple. And the basic of that is making sure that you have all that you need in reference to your site, and making sure that your website is, of course, presentable, easy to navigate, and that you give them the directions in which you want them to do. So you want kind of do a responsive kind of design website. It has to be responsive. When you have a responsive website, it gives you more of activity when customers or people that are just searching be able to navigate and start going on there and putting together things that they're looking at. Questions you may want to ask them. Probing questions, things that they have to fill out, a form, or just submitting a mailing list, being a part of a subscription to a mailing list, or subscribe to this or that. So all these things is a database that you created on your website, because your website is a database. It can be so, where you keep track of all your customers and everybody who inquired about certain things about your business. And so you have that information. And now, as you continue to grow that information, now you can send them information, prioritizing what their needs are and being specific, tailor fitting what it is that they're looking for, so that way you can be relevant in sharing that information and giving that information to them. And the more you stay focused there, ladies and gentlemen, the better you come out. Now, we also talk about security, web security. You don't want somebody hacking into your stuff. So you want to make sure that you have your SSL, secure socket layer, in place. And then it's encrypted, all of that. It's a certain thing you have to do as an owner of a website. And most designers will give you that information and how to get that started and all that. But the goal is to secure your customers' information, privacy information. But all that's got to be listed and noted on the website. You got to make sure that everything is listed properly, so that way people can trust you that you're going to keep what they've entered on your site secure. Okay, so you want to focus on the experience that they have when they go to your website and give you feedback. The experience is always key, ladies and gentlemen. So if you look at all these online companies now that's just popping up like clockwork. I mean, they're popping like popcorn right now. I mean, every term I get, every week I see a new company popping up, and they're mostly not even from the United States. They're mostly foreigners. And so when we look at all these opportunities of global markets that's coming into the United States or trying to sell to the U.S. in reference to all of these things, you want to look at that too. Now, like you got companies like Temu and all these other companies out there, and most of that stuff, I'm gonna be honest, ain't worth two dead fly smash, and it's cheap materials they're using, and so that's why we have. Let me share this, ladies and gentlemen. The United States have the best manufacturing practices globally. I'm gonna say that again. I come from manufacturing, so I know this. The United States have the best manufacturing practices globally. That's why countries come to us when it comes to products and services that we provide. We don't hurt our people like other countries do and just put something together and see if it's going to work out. And if they get irritated with their skin, if they come on contact with something, it may hurt them. We don't do that here. You best believe OSHA and all the rest of these federal companies we have in play, they're there to watch the watchdogs, and they're watching everything, basically. But looking at what we can do, and I love the fact that what's made in the U.S. stays in the U.S. And we have the best thing smoking when it comes to that. And I want us to appreciate that. As those who have been in manufacturing, those who have built things here in the United States, they understand that. We understand that. And so we want the best practices given when it comes to that. That's why countries deal with us more than anybody, especially on levels like that. And so when you look at the iPhones, you look at all these different companies out there that's manufacturing, Motorola, which is made here. And we have a lot of old companies that we had from the inception. But we have to look at what's relevant today. What's going to make sure that we're doing our part to get the message out, to get the work out, so people can get a chance to participate with us. So you want to make sure that when you look at the new wave of things, artificial intelligence, AI, it's a good thing. And we have a lot of opportunities what we use in the chat GPT. So all these things that's out there today, script writing and all this other stuff, you want to make sure it's going to be something productive for you and what you're representing in your business. And again, if you're buying products and services, if you're a product company, you can outsource it. You can do that. That's fine. But you want to kind of partnership with other companies, other manufacturers in the U.S. that's going to help you grow it. Now, you can go outside that too and do it that way as well. Nothing wrong with that. But you want to kind of look at whatever product you're providing, that you're in the marketplace, that you're going to be the supplier of that. And believe it or not, the manufacturer set the tone in the marketplace anyway. The retailers are nothing but distributors for the manufacturers. The manufacturers make the products. Now we can white label it, we can franchise with it, and we can turn it around into our own thing. But nonetheless, it's the way it is, and that's relevant today. So you have to understand the marketplace and understand exactly who the big players right now, what's happening right now, what manufacturers are doing what, and especially in the wireless industry, which is growing consistently. You have all these different industries that's constantly growing every year, and it's relevant today. It's essential. So with these relevant industries that's really happening right now, health and wellness is growing like clockwork. People getting tired of the illness and the side effects of medications and all that good stuff and all that stuff. So you want to kind of tune it down to what's really fit for you, what you believe, what your belief system is, and what your principles are, and what you believe that you want that's going to help you. And we should write our own ticket. You create what you want in your own world, and however your world is looking right now, you can have it change. You can change that. So it's always good to note that when you're building a network, building a business or brand, that you want to kind of keep that legacy going. It's family values, system values, humanity values. We're not trying to hurt the average American. We're not trying to hurt the average person, our neighbors, or anything like that. But we want to kind of come together and get some thoughts together and help each other grow in the communities where we are. So that way nobody lacks in the community. That's why I believe in my heart of hearts that we talk about bridging churches, nonprofit organizations, and local business together in the community where they are, so nobody lacks anything within that community. And that's where it should be across the country, right? So when you look at that, you want to keep with the emerging web technology, what's relevant in web design, what's relevant in getting the message out. You can add we call web commercials, mini snippets of a commercial that you can put together on your website, videos, of course, product snippets of the product that you're introducing or describing so people can understand, especially if it's new in the marketplace and nobody understands or know what it is. So you want to, again, keep the education level up. The goal is to keep your education level up with your consumers, with your customers, and with your people. And, what I love about what manufacturers do is that you can buy anything now direct from the manufacturer. You don't have to deal with the retailers. Not really. Not today. Back then, yeah, you dealt with that. But now the manufacturers have their own websites, their own stores, brick and mortar as well. Apple has a store. Samsung has a store. So, you can go direct to them. You can get unlocked devices if you want to go that route, though you can travel around the country. SIM cards is obsolete. No more SIM cards. That's embedded now, or embedded SIM cards, or eSIMs. That's the new thing. And so you want to look at what's, again, evolving and changing. Believe me, the manufacturers think 20 plus years out. They already know what's going to happen 20 years from now, based on the technology that they built 20 years ago. When I came from Zenith Electronics, the TV manufacturer, we already knew that the cathode ray tube was going to be obsolete. Yeah, it was obsolete. So they changed the picture tube. Now we have a whole different level now. They spin flat screens now, right? You go up to 75, 80 inches, or 100 inches. But the goal is technology. When Motorola first came out with the pagers, that was cool. We had to go to a payphone. Ain't no more payphones. That's gone. All the payphones are out. And now we got cell phones we call smartphones. And now they've gotten even smarter. Remember the car phones when they had it? And back in the day, we had a little casing with it. And we did that. That was in the 90s. And look what happened. That's gone. So what's relevant today, ladies and gentlemen? We want to go back to the old technology? No, we're not going back. We can't go back. It's old. And then people get upset and say, well, why do they keep changing this and changing that? Because it's relevant. It's going to enhance the end user and making sure it's more convenient for them to do what they normally do without having to deal with a whole lot, right? Like the job market. Well, believe me, I know everybody hate this, but the job market, you got one person doing 5 people's job. Now, is that right? No, but it is what it is. But here you go. You have to find in your niche as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, what you want to go with this and how far you want to get there based on your information and knowledge and understanding in the marketplace. And co-oping is key. I don't partner with anybody. I co-op. Co-oping is key. Okay. So if you look at that, you're going to come out a lot better. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is an opportunity for us to understand how to build your business, your brand, embracing inclusivity and accessibility. We got to do that. It's a must. It has to be. So if everybody's listening to this tune, they'll be able to share and say, well, you know what, that makes sense. Well, look at where you are. Look at where you want to go. As now we're going into the election season, of course, November 5th. Everybody want to make sure you vote and all that. But your goal is to make sure that you represent what it is you want to see in the marketplace as a business owner. Where you want to go. You put your own stamp on that. How you're marketing yourself, how you're building your brand, how you're building your business, how you're connecting with the community of people, how you're connecting with other local businesses, churches, nonprofit organizations, your local officials, the mayor's office. They have a lot of events and things going on, and they have programs for small businesses and entrepreneurs. So you want to look at that in your own state. So I'm in Texas. I'm in Houston. So fourth largest city. Well, there's a lot going on here. Believe me, as I say, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. So you want to kind of put yourself in a place, in a position of growth, where you can continue to build and seek the information that's going to be relevant based on the industry that you're in. Learn as much as you can and grow as big as you can fast. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of my talk. I'm glad you guys had a chance to tune in to the G.T.E Pro Network podcast. My name is Ed Peterson. And with that, I'm going to say, check me out next Tuesday as I continue to share in the series of growing your web design, your market, and building your website where it can be more marketable and also more profitable for you to grow your network. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in for this edition of G.T.E Pro Network podcast. My name again is Ed Peterson, and I'm signing off, and you have a great afternoon. Take care.